I'm stepping on you guys already. Whoops. We'll just straighten you out. Sorry, sorry. So. Just gonna keep the undercolors pretty simple to start. Pretty simple. Just gonna come in here. And that we'll kind of work our way in. And just gonna spread this out. Come in here like so. Grab our little green color. Nice transparent. Even with the fluorescence mixed in, the dark color is staying dark. The bright spots are lighting up. These are all good things. All good things. I'm sure we all know, and if you don't, that's okay. Transparent colors, when they're over a dark background like black acrylic, they look black. And when they're over, you know, white, they look like the color that they are. I'm just gonna get our edges like the responsible good noodles that we are. I'm not always a good noodle, but I always get them after. So, yeah, that's what we're doing so far. Just a nice little deep forest scene. And I need more blue. Just cleaning the brush in between. That shifty colors. I probably could have kept it just fine, but yeah. If you were previously unaware, that's going to be a river with a waterfall. Oh man. Yeah, we're going to blend that out later, so I'm not too worried about it. I'm going to mystify the beginning part of that. Alright. I've got a reddish orange color. Well, I guess it's more reddish brown. I've got like actual brown, so. I'm just gonna come in here. I'm just gonna work that in, grab our Van Dyke brown, I think is what I got there. Kinda. In the edges here. This part's just kind of like undercolor. There's gonna be other stuff on top of this though. So this is just a nice sort of nice base. So. Clean the big old 2-inch brush one more time, and then we're going to start lighting things up so we can start building our scene. So, we're going to want, at least I currently want, my little 1-inch oval brush. We're just going to take a little bit of this lighter white blue color. I'm going to go right for the center of our little area over there. Well, hello. I did not start early, but I did do an acrylic underpainting for this particular scene. All I've done for, as far as the show is concerned, live, was the linseed oil coating, and then I've just done a color wash, really. So, did not start early. Love the colors. Thank you, Rife. I Spy a gesso canvas. Technically acrylic because I don't actually have gesso, but you're basically correct. I've just thin out my acrylics. But yes, yes indeed. Sorry if I'm jostling you guys. Scrolling through the comments does that sometimes. So, I'm gonna lighten up this little area right here. We're just gonna do our best to keep. My glove is so dirty already. I have been honestly looking forward to doing a scene like this for a while. And when I had lots of my fluorescent paint mixes left over from last night's show, I kind of figured today would be like somewhat perfect. So that's why I prepped a scene like this one. So I had an excuse to use my glowy highlight colors. What a travesty. This one's gonna glow too. I'm fighting with a glove. Sarcasm is sarcastic. Don't worry guys. My sense of humor is probably bad. It's fine. I just wanted to put a different glove on that wasn't already covered in paint. And it doesn't even want to go on my hand, but it's fine. We're here. I just didn't want to accidentally get like, I don't know, a different color on my painting when I was doing this. We'll try that one more time before I forgo gloves on that one hand. Let's try this again. I already feel like this is going worse than the first time. What are you guys doing? Heart pieces, thank you. And the heart me's. I was 30 seconds late today. Does that even count as late? I've been more late to actual real jobs. Yeah, I've never been, she was right on time. I was actually like a minute late to my own show. But compared to yesterday, I'd call that a win. And yesterday was sort of, yesterday was extenuating circumstances. I had to have someone come look at my AC unit, so that was something that had to happen. So. And this doesn't have to stay like super, super dark, but I would like it to stay dark at the moment. It really doesn't want to, but that's fine. So we're just going to come back over at the top of it anyway. We're just going to come and do one of these things. And we'll come over here as well. We're just kind of laying in some little glowy, probably glowy anyway, little highlights. They're just gonna kind of come every which way. And it's gonna be great, okay? It's gonna be great. So, this is why I'm not worrying about that middle bright spot right yet. I gotta soften it out. So, I walked up into work one day and used the payphone to call off of work that day. Oh, that's kind of awesome, honestly. I was 4 hours late once. I don't know if this technically counts as being late, because I've been legitly late to plenty of shifts before, of various degrees of late. But there was one time that I was so late for work that I just didn't show up because I didn't actually know I was supposed to work that day, because I worked the same schedule every single week for like, since I started that job. So like months and months and months, right? Probably going on a year. Worked the same schedule, no changes, per my request. That was how it was. And then we had a manager that was like taking over for a couple weeks, and he scheduled me on one of the days that I didn't work, and I hadn't looked at my schedule in ages because I didn't have to. And so I didn't show up, and he's like, well, why weren't you here for your shift? I'm like, what do you mean? What shift? I don't work this day. He's like, I had you scheduled. I'm like, but I have stuff I do every week on this day. Like, what are you talking about? I didn't get scheduled on that day anymore. It was like a Thursday or something. I didn't even get in trouble. He just was like, okay, guess you don't want that day. I mean, I probably should have looked at my schedule, but like, I didn't have to. I'm just gonna brighten up this little, whoop, just like that. We'll kind of get out an extra little shine. Bring it out that way. Smush it out right there. Right there. Boop, boop. Looky there. Alrighty. We already have such a delightful little scene. We're just gonna whoop. Keep certain this is a little darker. Whoop, and tripping over my own stuff because I don't clean my areas. It's a 12-hour day. I mean, you know, I wouldn't be too upset, honestly, as an employee coming in 4 hours late for a 12-hour day. I'd be snapping my fingers like, oh darn. I would be, you know, concerned and stressed probably about like the logistical concerns, you know, management and whatnot, but internally I probably would not be as upset as I should be. I've worked 12-hour days. I don't know if I've ever done a 14, but I know I've done 12-hour days and I hate them. I did an overnight once though. Only once. Was not a fan of that. Would not recommend. So, we need stuff. Like, we need things. What I gotta do aside is if I'm highlighting my little river now or after. I think I have to start it now, but I'm gonna put some shadows of other stuff in and then do that probably. Yeah. Probably is how we're gonna do that. So where is my little brush for bushes and things? We're gonna need a brush for making some pine trees today because I feel like you can't have a forest scene like this without doing pine trees. Well, you can, but I want to do pine trees. So, but we're gonna start perhaps with, you know, one thing at a time. We're gonna put a bush here. And all this stuff is suddenly in the back. Suddenly we have depth. We'll have to give a little extra highlight to that spot. I think we need a little itty bitty bush right there. Yep, I do. There it is. We're gonna do something right there. We're gonna put in some pine tree bits. We're just gonna say for sure that we have a tree that lives right there. It's apparently a very crooked tree, but that's alright. Sometimes they just grow in like that. Sometimes that's just how it goes. I definitely need to do some highlights there before I do the highlights to this tree. I do. So maybe for this tree. Maybe this tree. And you're not, I'll be able to tell the difference of where things stop and where they continue, but it might be a little confusing for you guys for a few minutes to just hang with me, okay? There's a method to my madness, maybe a madness to my method, you know, take your pick. It exists, okay? I'm gonna tippity tap 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 into this little bluish color. So like a light blue. And we're just gonna keep this little bushy here with a lighter, get it with the light blue highlight. Here. Yeah. Something. We got some highlights here. Now I'm gonna have to take some of the shadow and kind of pull it into our little river that's not really rivering yet, but little things. I'll just do a little bit of darkness back there. I think that's too far away to have too much definition, personally. That's what I think. But it should probably have something. Do. I think we're gonna have a few extra highlights here. Just in that one spot. We'll have some of these here. Yeah, there we go. There we go. So, where did my little palette connect go? There it is. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do with that one little spot back there. The next time I dropped my paper towels across the room. How and when did I do that? Not important. We're just gonna come in here. In 30 years since I worked with acrylics, started one Saturday, I had to step back and let it dry and think about the mess I made. Fair. This is the only time I really work with acrylics, is when I do the underpaintings. My order of operations today is probably not the most logical, but you know what? Decisions have been made, and I'm continuing to make them, so it's not the end of the world. We are good. Don't worry about it. We're just gonna this right here. Something about like that. I think I like that better already. Still not super jazzed, but I dropped my paper towel so far away. I think I'm gonna go get them, honestly. It's driving me batty. Dropped it on the other side of my table and everything. There's a chair in the way. A chair that I probably could sit in. I don't. It's a chair of holding. I'm gonna do some of my watery details. Just gonna like right here. I'm gonna put some more pine trees in and some more bushes, you know, foresty stuff. Still have our one not very highlighty tree. That's okay. We'll get there. We'll get there. I hear flip-flops. That's because I'm wearing flip-flops. I don't always wear flip-flops when I'm down here, but I've seen enough spiders. I don't want to find one, okay? It's not with my feet. I don't like the texture of bugs when I have to, you know, dispose of them, because I never know if they're going to crunch or squish. I don't like either. But the not knowing somehow makes it worse. And I just don't like it. If they're going to squish, it might as well be underneath my flippy floppy. Highlights, trees, water, I mean, cheapers. Heckin', so we're just going to come in here. Ooh, look at that. And I'm going to kind of touch into this light here. We're going to fix that in a little bit, huh? I guess the mode of operations today is not as spot on as it usually is. And I can't say it's actually always 100% in the correct order. So, I know, how do I not have straight titanium white on my palette? I do this to myself more times than I care to admit. Where I put the colors that I want to use on my palette, you know, the reds and blues and greens and browns and shadow colors, and then I somehow forget to put just regular white on my palette. And I do this all the time. I don't know how or why. Well, thank you for the Go Popular, Mr. Medieval. Running around our house barefoot, but when I see it, I can grab the brake cleaner and fly swatter. I feel that. I honestly, I usually run around barefoot too. My studio is currently in the basement of my house because there's not really anywhere else for me to paint until I get the other building on the property fit for painting. And it's gonna need some work before we're there yet, so. I've definitely come down here barefoot plenty of times. And I usually don't see any bugs, honestly, but I don't know. So, we're just gonna make some splashy, splashy waterfall business. Right over our little, not completely covering it, but we're definitely coming right up in that general area. I should have two 1-inch oval brushes. There's the other one. I don't know how well you guys can hear the music, but this particular version of this particular song, I think might be my favorite. There is one other version of this song, Bad Guy by Billie Eilish, that I like. It's by The Cog Is Dead Unalived, I think is what the band is called. And I don't like the original. I just like a few covers that I've seen of it. That might be a hot take, honestly. But, yeah. I loved how that's blending together so far. I'm going to take a little fan brush here. We're just going to come right up in here. Beautiful. So I'm going to grab a little bit more of our thinner paint as we come over and make more waterfall business. Come in here. What do you think about waterfalls and rivers in general? Sometimes they have lots of little bumps and things underneath the water that we can't see, but it causes the water to roll and spill in ways that you maybe don't think it would normally. And I think this waterfall has a lot of those. I've really been wanting to do another spilling waterfall. I've only done a few of them, and I can't find enough excuses to fit them into paintings that make sense. But I do love them. Since I can't paint everything always forever, in every painting. Gotta be a little choosy. Gotta be a choosy champ over here. Is painting for all the picky people? Maybe. Doodly doodly doo, and well, I'll be adding little splashy bits here in a little bit, okay? Fear not, we're just laying some stuff down. You don't even have to worry about this right now, because if I come over top of it, this is actually really easy to do again. And I've actually redone little waterfall rolls before because I had to come over the top of them with, you know, other stuff. So, happens. So, I'm gonna get a little bit of our regular titanium white. And I'm just gonna kind of do a little bit of splashy. Kind of just coming in here, mixing up the water a bit. And it's kind of gonna look like for, you know, for now that our water is just spilling out into nowhere, but I assure you it's not gonna stay that way. We're just having an out of order Tuesday. It is Tuesday, right? Like, I'm fairly confident. Yeah, because yesterday was Monday. Forgot to grab a beer when I got back to the computer. Oh, what the heck? It is Tuesday. Thank you. Have a great night. See you, Medieval. I probably missed that, but hopefully not. Just stopped in before bed. Looks great so far. Well, thank you. It is Tuesday. My days blend together rather easily. Stay-at-home parent conundrum. But I really can't complain, like, about the fact that I can stay at home. My toddler is like a crazy psycho sometimes, but I mean, she's mostly pretty good. She's pretty good. Even on her bad days, it's not so bad. So, I want to do some little, I'm going to put in some grassy bits before I put in too many more tree bits. So, now I can put in some land and then we'll put some trees over top of that. So, that's my plan. I'm going to take some of this green. I've got this like little yellow bit over here. And we're just going to come right in here. I'm going to have to touch up that tree, but it's going to be fine. Yeah. We'll put it back. Don't worry. Order of operations. I could have done my grass first. I'm just out of order today. I don't want to get too close to the grass though. Or to the water with my grass. Maybe because I want to do some like little dirt rocky bits. Actually over there is fine. Doodly 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 doo. I'm gonna come out a little bit further. Wonder what the heck I picked up. There we go. Go get some more color. I'm gonna come over here and do the same thing. I'll have to check this into the black light when we're done. I always check my colors when I'm mixing fluorescent colors beforehand, but since everything does kind of mix as we go, I never truly know exactly how it's going to turn out until we're done. But I do think that's kind of the part of the fun though, is not 100% knowing. get too crazy with that just yet. We're gonna take our little goodness. We're just gonna get a little roll. Roll here and just kind of come in here and start giving our river somewhere to kind of be framed with some land that it might slash up against. This is why I said if you have to kind of redo parts of your river, it's honestly, it's fine. This is all stuff that can be covered and changed, rearranged. And it takes moments, honestly. Don't stress. Trying to make sure I don't get too much paint on my little tool here. You do little highlighty bits on these too. I'm already probably overthinking it more than I should be. I reckon we should do a little highlight on this. I don't think we need to go too crazy. But I do think we need to put something there, so. There's all this light, so. There is probably enough to kind of catch on our little rocky bits here. Kind of brighten them up from time to time in different spots. I'm gonna come over here. Maybe that part comes down a little bit, because some of these can come down little bits. A little bit. And come back over to this side, do the same thing, just brushing these little highlights. I'm not blending these, I'm just kind of letting the paint fall where it's going to fall, just a little touch, and then we have highlights on our little rocky bits. Dirt and rocks, mud, whatever. Well, thank you for the follow. Are you Barbara Ross? I am not. But thank you. Shadow Walker. Is that supposed to be Blake? And I don't speak Spanish. Sorry. But thank you, Obosh, for the follow, and Angela. I don't think I missed anything, but yeah, thank you. Thank you. I try to check on the chat as often as I can. I am not gonna lie, I do sometimes get a little caught up in what I'm doing, but I do check on you guys, okay? I promise. And then we're just gonna come over here, same thing, just kind of let the paint break and change. And then we're gonna come back over the top of, not all of our rocks, because that would be very kind of productive, but just a few of them. towards the ends here, just to kind of make that blend with the grass a little bit more. All right. Just seriously, my cat was down here yesterday. Don't ask me why. Well, you can actually, it really doesn't matter. My dog wanted to come with me when I was starting my painting. I let her down and she let the cat in. So I mean, dynamic duo, that's what everyone's pets do, right? They get a little squirrely with their ideas. I'm gonna need a little bit of brightness in here, so we're just gonna grab a little bit more. Just kind of touch into our little titanium white pile. So we have some of the differences in here. And just kind of blending this, working it in towards the edges. There we go. This one can come down a little bit more. Maybe this one comes in about like so. And this way it looks more, like a little bit more blended, like it looks connected, like it's supposed to be there, not just kind of disjointed rocks and bits, right? I think so anyway. So, I have a tree to put back in place over there. We're gonna do that, okay? Because we still need some trees in this scene, so says me. I like trees. Do you guys like trees? I mean, you're here. One would assume you have at least a little inkling of tree liking. Coffee makes me thirsty. All right. So we have this tree. I think it comes down to here. Nice and textured, because we need texture when we're getting ready to do these trees. Okay? Texture mostly matters with the highlight color. When we get to the highlight bit, will actually stick. Okay? Thin paint sticks to a thick paint is true, but I find that having that shadow color be a bit more on the textury side really helps things out. I think I want another one right there. And I know I just crossed in front of my bush, but it's fine. Sometimes you gotta do things in the name of depth. You don't have to cover every little bit, every little thing. You can leave spots where, you know, your tree has some exposed trunk. That is okay. You can do that. You don't have to. You can have a super fluffy tree. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I'm just going to make sure we keep things tied in. Yes, we are. And we're definitely going to need stuff to start coming in closer. So this tree, I'm going to start it here, and I'm going to bring it way down there. Boom. And because this tree is closer, I think it should be perhaps a little thicker at the bottom, and down a little closer. Okay. And this is the tricky part. Maybe I'll just do a couple bushes over there. And we'll just, one thing at a time. I overthink, get caught up in my own little world, slow it down, keep it simple. Okay. And this tree I think is going to be nice and fluffed out. That's what I think. nice and fluffy. I am excited when I get to the turning the lights off and seeing how much this glows though. Alright. Little bit of, just kind of bring that into the scene. We'll get our little bush making brush. We'll just come over here and drop in a couple more little bushes. Making sure they look like they belong in the scene, not just sitting on top of it. Maybe this bush is a little smaller. And we'll do one over here. This one comes down a little bit closer to the rocks, I think. Yep, it does. Don't worry, guys, don't worry. Oopsie, my brush was upside down. I could actually do a bush with it upside down. It doesn't technically matter, but it felt weird in my head. So, and we'll put this one kind of right there. Just grab a little bit of the green, a little bit of the white. I think this one's not going to come all the way to the edge. The other one comes all the way to the edge. So this one's going to sit on some grass. Because I want it to. All right. Now we should absolutely 110% highlight some stuff. I've kept you guys waiting long enough. We're gonna clean off a fan brush. We're gonna grab one of our little, we're gonna need a clean 1-inch oval brush. So stay tuned. Or Portuguese, sorry. I don't apparently foreign language very well. Congratulations on the work. Well, thank you for the translation. Thank you. Beautiful painting. Check out my paintings if you have time and tell me what you think. I mean, I'm no expert, so I usually just tell people when they show me their work that it's really nice and that I like it. I can certainly do my best to take a look. Although, I suppose if I... not going to be able to find you after the video unless I have like a follower cam. Which, speaking of follows, guys, before I forget, me and my squirrel brain, I'm really close to 3,000. I want to tip over into 3,000 just because it's right there. I think I need like 10 or 11 people to subscribe and I would be like, that would be there. So if you haven't subscribed and you know, maybe want to, I would like to cross that little threshold into that next little number. I don't think it really does anything for me other than like makes me happy. Like there's, you know, it's just the next little bit. It's just the next big number. So if you haven't subscribed, it would be awesome. I did not have enough color there. So let's try that again. Also, I'm keeping the highlights towards the light source, guys, in case you're wondering why I did it, you know, right side over there and left side over here. That's the only reason. And it's got a very small color blend in. So it's a little pinky in one spot, little More brown in another one. It's okay. I don't like over mixing tree highlight colors. I kind of like seeing the different shades. So put one palette aside, grab the other one. Doopity doopity doo. We're just going to kind of tap in this little highlighty green color. Yeah, it's sticking. It's a sticking. We're just tapping with the corner of our brush. We're just gonna go down one side, up the other. We're just using the corner of the brush. And if you need to, you can, you know, if it's too bright, just a few extra taps it'll blend. Pretty simple in that regard. Making sure you leave pockets of darkness where the light doesn't hit. And then we've got this fun little pine tree. Look at that. And I know this color glows. I know it. We're gonna have some glowing stuff here. And for a scene that has more of the phthalo green and blue in the pack. These colors are similar, but they're different enough. They do a standout. Tippy tap on our way down. This is one of the ones where we kind of made things a little different. Because why not? Excuse me. Oh. I like luminescent cascade. Ooh, Mr. Frog is on the naming. Love it. Blue Glow Falls. Ooh, enchanted aqua. Is that reverie? Reverie? Whispering Creek Light. Luminescent cascade. Oh, no problem, Rick. I'm only at 250 off. It takes time. ASAP. Yeah, I'll do my best. And yeah, Mr. Frog, thank you, Glenda, is definitely on with the names today. I think my acrylic mess will get covered in oils. Honestly, there's nothing wrong with going over acrylics with some oils. As long as you don't go over oils with acrylics. That way it doesn't work. It doesn't work that way. That's how you get cracked paint. But oils can cover acrylics. That's what this is. We'll start a little lower on this one. Work our way up. A little tippy tap tap. It's amazing how much even just texture pulls things forward. Because even though these colors are similar enough, they're distinguishable, but even just the texture of these trees pulls it forward off of the lighter spots. I find that fascinating. I suppose that is kind of like one of the fun things about these types of paintings, though. You get the texture. Boop boops. And I will be adding like my little sticks and bits to, various bushes and stuff, so fear not. have this fun little pink color. I don't have much of it, so I think I'm just gonna do like one little bitty bush that has this kind of pink color in it, just to use it up. That's like all I have of that color. So I'm trying to use up the colors I didn't use up yesterday. But try not to waste. Very true. That would be a major mess. Yes, it would. So, we'll try to use up more of this green color. I have lots and lots and lots of this green, but I have a lot less than when I started. I'm not always the best at mixing the exact amount that I need. I can be a little heavy-handed when it comes to mixing. Trying to get the specific colors that I want. Which isn't really the end of the world. Like I said, I just look for an excuse to come back and use some of the colors from yesterday. We have a completely different scene with very similar colors. I actually painted 2 different scenes yesterday. Which is, they're still similar colors. So let's put some sticks in here, and then we're going to sign it and pick a title, all that fun stuff. And I didn't even have to like undo any parts of my river. Look at that. It's a good day. I still need to find some fluorescent paints, but have to fix some things around the house. So I got some fluorescent paint sticks off of Amazon, which are fine, but it took a little bit of figuring out how to use them and like how to mix them with my paints. The ones that I found that were easier, if you're open to a recommendation, is the Gapka fluorescent brand, except they call their fluorescent colors neon. But yeah, just Gapka paints. I found them on Facebook. They do just have like a regular website, but they have a collection of neons, and I ordered a different brand from Amazon that I'm gonna try. Don't know how that's gonna go yet, but the Gapka ones have been fantastic, and I do plan on getting more from them at some point. So, but I also like trying different things, so that's why I'm trying I can't even remember what the brand is that I ordered off Facebook. I just know or off of Amazon, excuse me. I just know I got them. So, I'm gonna make some branches here. Let's see about right there. Oop. There we go. Look at all those crazy little branches. Look at that. We're going to do some more. Ooh. Cannot wait to see if I got my glow or if I have to kind of touch up some of the glow bits. I guess we'll find out. We will just have to see. We're getting there. We're going to pick a title. We're going to check our glow. It's going to be great. Just making sure I got to pull my... When I do my branches, I got to have the... I like twist and pull my brush to make sure that it's loaded correctly. Get it nice and thin. Sometimes it takes me a moment to do that part. I don't always get the twirl quite right, and it gets all messy. before I think I will. Well, not, I guess it wasn't out of pink. I was out of, it was too dark is what it was. Ooh, that did a really cool thing. I love it. I love crazy branches. Or just maybe painting them? I don't know. This little lone pink bush definitely needs its little... It needs its little branchy bits. It's such a good little bush. Deserves all the best branches. And of course, can't forget our little guy in the back, who's not so little, but you know, I digress. Our not so little friend's gonna get some appropriately sized sticky bits. Alrighty. Couple more little sticky bits. There we go. I think all of our foreground bushes have their sticks. Highlighted all our bits. Yeah, absolutely. I can do that. I'll find the link. Oh, I gotta plug my phone in. Alrighty. I'm gonna plug my phone in, turn the light off, and because my fluorescent light fell down, oops, sorry guys, there we go. It's going to be a little awkwardly dark here for a second, but not terribly so. There will be some light, you just won't be able to see the painting right away, so we might be able to, we'll see. It actually is getting more of an underglow than I thought it would. And that actually has a lot of really nice glow. I'm afraid of the dark. Oh no! Pretty, thank you. Trying to see it for myself also. It's hard to see the top. I always catch a weird glare. But you can see a lot of it. Love it, thank you. Looks pretty nice, I think. Except you can't really see the top for whatever reason. Well, I know the reason, but it's just... not catching all the light. But we're going to I'm gonna set this down here. It's so dark. So I can turn the light back on and catch a title. So then I'll have to mount my UV light again. Wow, thank you. So, Sharpie. So, this should be painting 193, and we're getting really close to number 200. Fancy, fancy, fancy. I've got plans for painting 200. I've had the plan for painting 200 for a while though. I just gotta make sure that everything is ready. It's gonna be more of a book themed painting, but it's fine. So here's the mandatory stuff. Gotta sign my name, all this good stuff. It's July, what is it, the 29th? Pretty sure it was 28th yesterday. Yes, it's 29th. Look at me go. I know stuff. Not the difference between Spanish and Portuguese apparently, but I know other stuff. We're in 2025. And my anxiety says I have to check the number even though I'm mostly confident. Yeah, so that was 192. So this was in fact 193. Ta-da! Now, let's do the random scrolls of title selection. I'm gonna hold you guys steady because my ring light likes to wiggle when I do this. I scroll all the way up and down and down and up. Enchanted Aqua Reverie? Sorry, but that is where we landed. And it sounds pretty. I don't think I have a mod today. So I'm just gonna have to leave it there so I can see it. And I'll catch up with the chat after. Enchanted Aqua Reverie. Random selection never fails me. Because you guys always have fantastic title suggestions, it's always a win. Reverie. Yeah. Looky there. So much anxiety just now. It wasn't supposed to like slip. Gosh darn thing. It's fine. But mini panic attack I just had. Whew. Give me a scare. I'm over here doing the stuff. Whew. All right. Luminescent Cascade would have also been a fantastic title. But the Scrolls of Random Selection... Well, I mean... Oh, I haven't even signed the front. Yeah. It didn't actually touch the back, it just probably almost did. But it's fine. We recovered. So, let's put my initials down here though, shall we? Boom. There we go. I'm going to be checking on you guys whilst I clean my brushes. But otherwise, we're done skis. Almost exactly an hour. Look at that. You can accomplish so much in so little time. So. Such a delightful painting. The fact that it glows is just a bonus. Like, even if it didn't glow, I would still love this painting. The fact that it also glows under blacklight is just fantastic. Fantastic, guys. And it's only Tuesday. Yeah. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We got 3 more paintings this week. So, how many brushes did I use? I feel like I used a bougie amount again, but it's fine. never tried to build up my collection. I can use them. We used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 brushes, guys. 9 today. That is a little bougie. A little bit. But why have brushes if we're not going to use them? Just over an hour. I mean, just a squish over an hour. Pretty darn close, if you ask me. It didn't really take me all that long to do the underpainting part either. If I ever get enough interest, I'll do the underpainting part during the live too. But for now, there are probably countless tutorials all over the internet about that part. I'm already behind on updating my YouTube. Oh. And various elsewheres. So, one thing at a time. Alright, did I get on my brushes? No, not yet. I'm off to bed, kitty. Have a good night, yeah. Sick guy needs some sleep. Fair enough. Get some rest. Do a good recovery. I burn the ends of the candle far too often. It came out so nice. Beautiful painting. Well, thank you. Is it ASAP? ASAPS? It looks like it should be said ASAP. ASAPs. But thank you. I appreciate it. So, and with that, I am also taken off for the night. It is ASAP. Cool. Thank you. So, but I'll be back tomorrow, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's kind of my Monday through Friday. Gives me enough time after putting my kiddo to bed to get stuff done and come down here and hang out. So, I'll be back tomorrow, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. See you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye. Have a good night. Will do. I'll have to do the thing.